Hey, it's Nickback TV.
What's up, man? It's your boy, Mr. Nickback TV, aka Blogaholic, back in the building, back in the mix. Let's get into this Kyrie freaking Irving, man. I'm gonna tell you, you guys, you guys have to really calm down. You have to calm the hell down. It's like a lot of you guys is not using common sense. First of all, Kyrie is a person who wants attention. He wants attention. That's the only reason why he would tweet something out like that. Is because he wants to be seen. He wants to be viewed as something that I'm gonna say it, that he's not. He's going through an identity crisis. Like, first of all, the dude was Native American. He identified as Native American. Then I guess he was Muslim at one point. I don't know. Then he was walking around doing the this, what you call that, the census, the incense around the court. So he believed in spirits. He was fasting. Now he's a black Israelite. Like, this dude has an identity crisis. He's trying to find himself, which is cool. Ain't nothing against that. But at the end of the day, though, the dude has a mental illness. He wants attention. That's what it comes down to. You know. First of all, when you're fasting, this is just me and a little bit of religion that I know of. When you're fasting, you don't supposed to let everybody know that you're fasting. You're supposed to keep that to yourself. It's supposed to be a relationship between you and God. And once you let people know that you're fasting, you try to fix your face and let people know that you're hungry. And they say, "Why you look like that?" "Because I'm hungry." "Why are you hungry?" "Because I'm fasting." Once you do that, the blessing that you're gonna receive from God is gone. You already got your blessing. Your blessing is wanting people to know that you're fasting. That's what you wanted. You want it to be seen. You want that attention. And that's what Kyrie wants. And that's why he put that tweet out there. He wanted to get attention. He wanted to get some type of reaction. He got more than he bargained for this time around. That's point blank. That's point blank. That's simple. He got way more than he bargained for. And now he has to live with the consequences of his actions. you know, it's like, this dude is an idiot, man. He has a mental illness, and it's baffling to me that people can actually defend this guy. Y'all should be trying to reach out and help him, to say, "Dude, what's going on in your life? Do you need to talk to somebody?" It's like, this is weird behavior. That's for one. And for two, it's like, people are like, "Oh yeah, we ride with Kyrie." Oh man, I'm gonna ask you this: do you ride with all of those teachers that lost their job over tweets? These regular people that lose their jobs every day over insensitive, just dumb tweets? Period, man. It's teachers who lost their job over a tweet because they want to go against, the curriculum in their school. It's people who lost their job because they identify as a mega, that they voted for Trump. People have lost their jobs for less. And these people don't have anybody, rallying with them, riding with them, or fighting the cause for them. I have no sympathy for Kyrie. Whatever he gets, it is what it is. Point blank and simple, man. Like, we need to stop idolizing these celebrities, these athletes, these entertainers, like they're bigger than us. That's what it comes down to. We look at these guys, these people, like their life is more important than ours. At the end of the day, he did something stupid. He tweeted something that he knew would be viewed upon as offensive to a lot of people. Yes, the Jewish community. Is he right? Is he wrong? It doesn't matter. When you tweet out something like that, you expect some type of reaction, and the reaction that you expect is you want to pretty much, you want to expose somebody. You want to call somebody out. You want to be seen as smarter than everybody else. And this time, it just didn't work out that way. Even when they asked him to explain it, "I have an army behind me." "What army behind you? What are you talking about? This is what I believe." And it's like, dude, you literally tweeted out something that said the Holocaust didn't happen. And people can look at the documentary and say, "Hey man, it's truth in there, it's facts in there." Okay, it's truth, it's facts. What if Tyler Hero tweeted out, the birth of a nation? What if he tweeted that out and just left that there? Do you think he would be able to explain? Why would he tweet something so racist out? Would he have a chance to explain what he agrees with and what he doesn't agree with? No. Point blank and simple, it'd be, hey man, what are you doing? That's a racist movie. Why would you even endorse that? I didn't endorse it. I just tweeted it out. What if a white person tweeted out something that said slavery wasn't that bad or slavery didn't exist? Do you think people will say, hey man, you need to apologize? No, he probably would be out of there. Just think if Johnny the janitor from the Nets tweeted something like that out. Do you think he would have a chance to apologize or to explain himself? No, he'll lose his job. So I think right now Kyrie should be very thankful that he's getting the opportunity to rehabilitate himself. All because he knows how to shoot a basketball. So we should care. He's keeping it real. Kyrie trying to let us know he's not doing none of that. Come on, man. Miss me with all of that, man. It's like if you did something like that at your job, you might lose it. A person like me, small platform, if I tweeted something that was insensitive, maybe it slips through the cracks. But maybe somebody sees it and say, whoa, who was this? Then they investigate. They find out my real name. They find out my government name. They find out where I work at. It gets back to H&R. It gets back to the owner. I could lose my job, just like you would. It's like, dude, he did something where the average person may lose their job or have some serious consequences when it comes to where they work at. And at the end of the day, Kyrie is an employee for the Brooklyn Nets, for the NBA, and for whatever company he endorses or who pays him. So until then, they have a right to say what he can spew out there, and they have a right to say what he spews out there is deemed so offensive that it affects their bottom line. Point blank, period, man. Let's all grow up and be adults about the situation. He did something that was immature. Now he's paying the price. The good thing is, right now, it seems like he has a chance to rehabilitate himself. A lot of people don't get the opportunity. Remember the Dixie Chicks? I think they said something against George Bush, and they lost all type of endorsements, all type of concerts, a lot of stuff. Nobody was like, oh, the Dixie Chicks, they're being... No, nobody cared. Because why? I guess because they white? Who cares? I don't know, but nobody really gave a damn. Everybody went on with their life. How many people have lost their lives because they said they voted for Trump? How many people are just drugged to the ground because they are Trump supporters? Those people don't have a chance to rehabilitate themselves or explain what they agree with Trump or what they do not. It's over. It is what it is. Same thing with Kyrie. He put something out there that was offensive to a lot of people in America and a lot of people in this world. And it's dangerous. Like, people act like all he did was tweet out. It's dangerous. You got crazies out here that will go and watch that and believe it and start to think, all these type of crazy things. They would, Jewish people, they're devils, and who knows? So his influence can affect a lot of things, the regular people. So I definitely agree with the NBA and what they're trying to do at some point. I feel like they are being kind of fair by giving him a chance to rehabilitate himself and get back to playing, which I don't know if he will or not. But everybody that's like, oh man, what did he do? What you mean, what did he do? He did something that was like against civil order. Like, he tweeted something out that's offensive to people. And yeah, you could say, well, it was just a tweet. Okay. Why did he tweet it? Because he knew what he was doing. He just thought that what he was doing was not going to get as much as publicity as it did, or he thought he could just talk his way out of it, or he thought this was a chance for him to prove how blackity black he was, and they smacked his ass. It's like, Kyrie, man, be yourself, bro. Like, this dude grew up in a middle class home. He grew up in, like, from what I've read, one of the richest counties in America. He went to prep school. He went to Duke. Like, this dude had a charmed life. Why he so mad? Then he get in front of the media and say, what about my people that was brought over here as slaves 400 years ago? Your ass wasn't. You was hooping. You been hooping all your life. You've been sheltered all your life, dude. Stop acting like you some type of Kyrie X all of a sudden, like you down for the people. No, you're not. That's why you apologize, because you saw those checks leaving. And everybody is saying, oh, everybody who is against Kyrie that's black is our Uncle Toms, and y'all don't understand. It's like, dude, no, it's none of that, man. It was ignorant. It's ignorance. And I think it's time to just stop people doing ignorant stuff. It's like, if that's something you believe, Kyrie, keep it to yourself. We don't need to know that. And once people knows that, they can judge you on that, man. Like, if I felt that all gays should burn in hell, then I tweeted a book that talks about gays should burn in hell. Any backlash I get from that, I deserve it. And if that's what I believe, I need to say, as a man, that's what I believe. Whatever I get, it is what it is. If I lose my job over it, oh well, that's what I believe. And if I backtrack, that means either one, I'm a sucker because I don't stand up for what I believe, or two, I just did it to get a reaction, and in the reaction I got, I'm not man enough to stand up and face it. Apologizing pretty much means that you sorry that people, you sorry for the results. You sorry for the conclusion. He's not sorry for what he tweeted out. He's always going to believe Jews are lesser than him. Like, dude, get this guy out of my face, man. Everybody that's, oh, we riding with Kyrie, you guys are weird, man. It's like people get fired over tweets and things like that every day. It's not like it's some big conspiracy theory because Kyrie is getting reprimanded over this. This happens every day to real people. Like I said, if Johnny the janitor of the Nets tweeted something out like this and it got back to the Nets organization, his ass would be gone. He wouldn't get a chance to explain why he tweeted it out, what does he agree with and what he doesn't agree with. It'd be over. So what Kyrie is getting right now, he deserves it because he was a man. He is a man. He's 30 years old, and he tweeted something out that was offensive, and that's just what it is, man. This is just incredible how people are trying to look past this or making it more than what it is. It is what it is. If you're employed by a corporation, a company, you have to follow within the rules of that company. Where I work at, there are rules when it comes to posting stuff on social media. If you post something that's deemed racist, sexist, homophobic, you might get fired. That's immediate termination. And that's any normal person that works in America right now. So for him to think he could tweet something like that with over 6 million some followers and nothing's supposed to happen to him, that's real arrogant, man. But he took a chance, and now he has to face the consequences. Point blank and simple, man. All of this deep thought about, black men are slaves, this and that. It's like, dude, come on, man. These dudes are making millions and millions of dollars putting a ball through a hoop. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, man. He made a mistake. He should have apologized in the get-go, but he didn't. He doubled down. Then he doubled down again. Then they took more and more away. Then he said, okay, I'm sorry, through Instagram. Because he started to see, like, dang, this is serious than I thought. It's like a little kid, man. He's like a kid. Go sit in the corner, Kyrie, and think about what you did. It's like, dog, he's a grown-ass man. You too grown to be getting sit in the corner. Like, everybody who's defending this guy, they should be looking at him like, dude, get your shit together, get your act right. Play basketball, and that's that. If you want to be an activist, do that outside. Do that after you retire. Do that when you don't have an employer that you have to answer to. Because at the end of the day, you have to answer to the person who pays you. No matter if you're making $6 million or $6,000. Whoever pays you, they have some authority over how you represent them. And when you're representing a big power corporation like the NBA, Nike, the Nets, things like that, that's a 24/7 job. That's why you get paid so much. It's like people, you guys just, it blows my mind how much, ignorance is out there when people are acting like what he did was okay, it was cool, it wasn't nothing. It was just a tweet. It's like, okay, people lost their job for more than that, dude, for less than that. So that's what I think about the Kyrie situation. I think it is what it is, man. If the dude never plays basketball again, oh well, he should have thought about that before he did that. It's some teachers who can never teach again because, we found out they had a Trump sign, or they're against abortion, Or they don't think we should be teaching about transsexuals in school. They can never teach again. So what about those people? Why don't we care as much as those people who affect the community on a deeper level than some basketball player who shoot basketballs? You know why? Because we worship entertainers, athletes, and celebrities. That's why. We need to get out of it, man. People need to wake up and understand that a lot of people, it's time to live a normal life. Stop living this social media life. Stop thinking everything is cause to protest. Oh, I'm burning Nikes now because I'm burning Adidas because it's like, dude, if your ass lost your job, you think Kyrie, Kanye, any of these people that you're willing to protest and fight for and speak out against would care about you? No, they go on with their life. They will go on. You can write a letter like, hey, Kyrie, I lost my job because I read the book and I tweeted it out too. My boss found out. So, that's your dumb ass. So, that's what I got to say about the whole Kyrie thing, man. It's crazy. Like, he deserves everything he's receiving right now because that was stupid for him to tweet that out. Point blank and simple, bro. And just think about the stuff that's in there. Like, oh yeah, he that's his religion, a black Israelite. It's like, dude, what the hell? A black Israelite? Like, really? That's what we going by now? It's like the stuff in that documentary that was against Jews, that was basically white supremacy. That's what the average white supremacist thinks. That documentary shares some of the same thoughts as them. So anytime you're black and you share thoughts with a white supremacist, it's like you on the wrong side right now. You on the wrong side. You know that? Do you guys understand that? Like, this is some dangerous stuff that Kyrie was doing. It was dangerous. And you guys are looking like it was just a tweet. Nah, man. It's more than that, dude. He was exposing some weird stuff, some weird beliefs, some weird conspiracies. And I'm saying they weird because it's like, okay, people in the Bible were actually black. Now what? Now what? The people in the Bible were actually white. Now what? Now what? It's like all of these things people try to expose, or all of this history they try to bring to us and let us know the truth. Okay, now what? What's next, Kyrie? You exposed it. The real Jewish people were black, and they changed it to white people. Now what do we do? What's next? It's like a white person saying the original people in Africa was actually white. What if it was a book? It's probably a book like that. What if it was a book that said the original people in Africa were white? Now what? Even with that, now what? How many black people would go crazy over that? They be ready to go crazy. It's like, man, keep your thoughts to yourself, man. That's how I feel. Religion, politics. Remember when people used to say that never discuss politics or religion? That's when people had kind of respect for people. I don't need to know how you feel about every issue. I don't need to know what you do religiously. I don't need to know that, man. If I ask you, then you can tell me. I don't need you just to come out and tell me. And you guys, he's a $1 million slave. He can't even think the way he want to think. Yes, he can. But you got to understand, Kyrie is always on the job. Kyrie Irving is owned by Nike, is owned by the NBA, is owned by various corporations. So when Kyrie Irving does something, he is representing those companies. That's why he gets paid that much money. You know, the average person, they don't have that burden. So, yeah, you can go to work, calm and collect as Derek, and afterward you can be Derek X, and you might not get exposed. But you might get exposed. When somebody see you, like, hey, that's Derek from the work. I saw him downtown with some black Israelites guys spewing a whole bunch of hate stuff, saying that, the white man is this and that, and Jews is this and that. If it gets back to your job, you might lose your job. So until you're very independent and you don't depend on people for your income or your livelihood, you can do whatever you want. But at the end of the day, if you are employed by someone, it's always going to be a situation where you have to fall in line. And I'm not saying that to say that you're weak or that you're controlled. It's just facts of life, man. People need to grow up, man. People on that Dame Dash, I don't want no boss. Working is working for someone is trash. It's like, dude, you always gonna work for somebody, no matter what type of profession you're in, because you always gonna have a customer. You're always gonna depend on somebody to pay your bills, even if you independent. Whatever you're selling, you still gonna have to depend on that person to buy it, and still things you can say and do can affect a person from wanting to patronize your business. So we all, and no matter who you are, you always have a boss, and the customer is everyone's boss. So at the end of the day, when Kyrie puts stuff out like that, his boss are the people who patronize the NBA, Nike, and other corporations he represents. It's so simple. It's so easy to understand. But people make it hard, man. And so simple, babe. But you rather make it hard. Like Lauryn Hill, man. Y'all make stuff too hard, too complicated. At the end of the day, man, that's a grown-ass man tweeting out something that some high schooler would tweet out. It's like, dude, what is wrong with you, man? Find yourself, bro. Stop trying to be against everything. You're not that guy. You grew up in a good home, went to good schools, went to Duke. You're a prodigy basketball player. Live your life, man. Stop making it hard on yourself. And again, by him apologizing and putting out that statement lets me know that what he is trying to portray, that's not really him. Because if that was really him, he would say, this is what I believe, point blank, period. I don't care about the NBA. This is how I feel. It's people who do that type of stuff in everyday life. People at the job say, hey, man, you're going to have to cut your hair. Nah, this is how I feel. And they lose their job, and guess what they do? They find another job. They go somewhere else and work. So if Kyrie apologizes, that means he really wasn't about that life in the first place. He just was trying to get some type of recognition. He was trying to get some black points. And look what happened. Look what happened to him. Lesson learned, bro. Lesson learned. Me, I ain't falling for the okie doke. I know none of these people is about that life. They always about that check. Like everybody else. Everybody is about that check. Nobody out here keeping it real 100%. That's the definition of keeping it real going wrong. And look at him now. Now he has to go through sensitivity training. He has to pay money. He has to do all of these things just to get back in the NBA. And if he does all of those things, that lets me know that he wasn't about that life. And nobody can say, why they making him do that? Nobody's making him. He's doing it willingly. He can do that, or he can stand by his beliefs and go on with life like people do every day. Oh, they trying to get him back because he didn't take the vaccine. Guess what? It's a lot of people who didn't take the vaccine, and they lost their jobs. They didn't get paid. They didn't have to sit out some games and then come back and no, they lost their jobs. They stood for what they believed in and lost their jobs, lost their livelihood, and had to find other jobs. I don't see anybody putting those people out there saying how brave they are, but we're going to put, Kyrie up there. He speaks for the voiceless. No, that dude still was getting money. He was chilling. Man, y'all need to get your minds right and get off this celebrityism and athlete, I don't know, athlete worship and all this type of stuff. It's real life out here, man. It's people who really about what they say, and they willing to lose their job, willing to lose their life. You got people like Kyrie playing around, just throwing it out there, man. I ain't falling for it. So at the end of the day, I feel like, hey, he gets what he deserves. Miss me with all of that. Well, do you understand what he was trying to say? No, I don't. I don't understand nothing he's trying to say now, because he apologized. So whatever he said or whatever he was trying to do means nothing. It was all fake. It was just a dream. And that's all I got to say about that, man. I'm about to get back to chilling. It's your boy.